guys, it's a gorgeous day. I actually think I'm like almost overdressed. Yesterday was cooler. I'm just here with Alice. We're gonna go see Lombardi area. We just drove through, but now we're gonna go take a look outside with it. I have her in her little snugget here. Decided just to take off my scarf and let's go find it all. Alice and I had so much fun visiting Lombard Street. It is so winding and twisting, and all the houses and the different plants and trees are all so cool to look at. It was really busy actually this morning when we went to go see it. There's a lot of people gathered around, and actually some people even wanted to take some photos of Alice. They thought she looked so cute in the Snugget dog carrier that I had. So it was fun. In the first clips you saw of the vlog, I drove down so you could kind of see the winding and the twist. And then I decided to walk up one way and then come back down the opposite direction just so I could see, like, you know, the 360 view of everything. It was really pretty. I'm really glad I brought Alice in her Snugget dog carrier. It is so handy for me and for her. She gets a little nervous in new places, so I find that if I carry her through the new areas first and then she like goes out and explores, she feels a lot safer. She's a lot more excited. So it's so convenient having it so I can be more hands-free, but she can be comfy and she can also kind of see and take in everything that's going on. So she had a lot of fun like exploring and sniffing things out inside there. We also got a lovely view out over, you can see on the water. And again, here's a little look at the different like houses on Lombard Street. They're so charming and cute. And like all of San Francisco, I just loved exploring the different houses. They were so pretty. So we're just walking down with this cutie. She just had her photo taken by a photographer because he thought she looked so cute in her Snugget. Little cutie. It's Alice. So I dropped my coat off, so now we're not so hot. But it's a gorgeous day. I'm surprised how beautiful today turned out to be. What do you think, Alice? She's having a lovely time too. Next, Alice and I headed over to the Palace of Fine Arts, which I was really excited to see about. The photos of it looked gorgeous, and I was really excited to check it out. It was also inspiration for George Lucas's Star Wars films that came out, so it was really neat to like see it. It was for the palace where Queen Amidala's royal residence was in Star Wars for episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So it was really cool to check this out. It's very magical and beautiful. And as you saw, I took my coat off. It really warmed up. The mornings was quite cool, but the sun was out and shining. Alice was really excited to explore here. She didn't seem nervous at all, which was wonderful because I got to walk her all the way through and she got to sniff all the good sniffs. There were a lot of other dogs being walked around in the area too. She got to say hi to a couple. We just had such a lovely time here. It was so magical. Now nearby, there's also like a Star Wars like fountain and like this cool area that I saw in photos, but I didn't get a chance to visit it. So I'm hoping one day to go back to see it. It looks so fun. So if you're in the area or you're visiting, check it out and tell me what you think, or if you visited, tell me what you think of that because it looked so cool in the photos. I took a lot of photos of Alice here too at the Palace of Fine Arts because just so gorgeous. There is so much to see. Again, beautiful day. She was wearing her little dog bandana and she looked so cute in it. And we just had a great time. It's so fun just to go out and explore with Alice. And I'm always curious, like I'm wondering, like, what does she think of all this? Eventually, she got a little bit tired. It was, again, it warmed up quite a bit. So I popped her back in the Snugget and she had fun just kind of having fun, exploring around, seeing things. And I love that she has that so she can take a little bit of a break and then I can pop her back out when she wants to go sniff again and explore. At this point too, she was still technically recovering from her leg surgery too. But she had increased so much in her walks. If you want to know more about her like surgery on her back legs and all that, I do have a vlog, I think 2 vlogs technically about it, which I'll leave a link up above the screen right now on where you can find it. after Alice and I were finished exploring the palace, we headed out. I was getting hungry. It was already well past lunchtime at this point. So I heard about some food trucks and stuff, which sounded fun. And what I didn't realize is it was right beside the Walt Disney Family Museum. I have a full separate vlog that I'm going to be doing on visiting the Walt Disney Family Museum. The footage you're seeing right now is just from their gift shop. Walt Disney Family Museum was not pet friendly, so I could not bring Alice in, which is why I went on a separate day so I could really fully experience it. And it was so amazing. I'm really excited to share that footage with you guys. I had such an amazing time. I'm such a huge Disney fan, and I love especially like the history of Disney and learning more about Walt Disney himself. So it was a very special place to visit. And the gift shop you're seeing, it had so many cute things inside too, like these books. I don't know, did any of you guys read these books when you were little? The little golden books, so special. So before I went to the food trucks you guys are seeing, I did pick up some sparkling grapefruit juice. And then I also got myself some food. And then after eating, I had to get a delicious, delicious matcha latte. They had this, like, I think it was like a lavender honey matcha latte. I'm blanking now. I think it's hidden on the menu if you look. And it was so good. So Alice and I enjoyed that outside.
My sunbather. This my little son is a bather. Are you bathing in the sunshine? You is? Oh, look. Look at that sweetness.
Hey guys, I have such windblown hair. I just got a matcha latte. You probably saw. It is so good. It was like a lavender mint, I believe, with little Alice here. She's doing good. We're just taking in all the sights and sounds. It's so nice. A virtual cheers. After relaxing in the sunshine for a bit and just taking it easy, went back to the hotel and got my coat back. And we headed over to Fort Point to see the Golden Gate Bridge, the famous bridge in San Francisco. I was so excited to see this just from the Full House days, you know, with the clip of it and everything. And it was quite windy here, which is why I'm so thankful I did grab my coat because it was quite cool again. And it was fun to kind of see the bridge at this level. I end up, if you keep watching, I see the bridge from a bunch of different viewing spots, but it was really cool seeing here right at the base with the waves and the splashing and the windy weather and, you know, that air and oh my gosh, it was really, really neat. And we learned a little bit about the bridge. They have some information kind of as you walk through. So this was really fun to take Alice to. After viewing it from Fort Point, we drove over across the bridge, which was fun to really see. So here's some really quick footage of driving like through the bridge and everything. I got an Uber to take us over to the other side. And here's another viewing location that we did. There's like places where you can park your car and everything and take a look out at the bridge. And you can actually walk across the bridge, but I noticed a sign saying that no animals were allowed on the bridge. So I did not walk on the bridge since I had Alice with me, but I definitely took a peek at the different areas around this point. Then I headed on over to Battery Spencer, my favorite viewpoint of the bridge by far. It was beautiful, a little bit of like minor hiking, not really hiking, more of like a nature walk. So you go through the mountains, you can see the bridge. There's a little trail that leads up to it. Alice was a little bit nervous here and it was quite windy. So I actually had her in the carrier, but then on the way back, you'll see later, she wanted to walk back and take it all in and sniff around. And I just think it's so like amazing, like that she gets to see all these different things and sights. She has so much fun, like meeting people, meeting other dogs. There were a lot of dogs on this little adventure walk to the bridge, which was really fun. So she got to make a couple of friends too, which was neat. Here's some information about the bridge. Lots of stuff for like if you're a tourist and visiting, there's so much information that they have posted and listed so you can learn a lot about, you know, the different things you're seeing. Also notice that they have locks on the little bridge and the gated area here, like not the gated area, what am I saying? The fence, there we go. And here is a look at the Golden Gate Bridge itself. I think Alice could sense all the excitement of like everyone seeing the bridge. So she wanted to come out of the Snugget to take it all in. She also saw a couple furry friends that she wanted to go say hello to. And she was having so much fun on here. She walked back pretty much the majority of the way where we needed to go. So she got her other little walk in and she had a great time. Eventually, she wanted to hop back into the Snugget for a little bit, then back out, back in. Such a sweetie. And then we went and rested at the hotel basically for the rest of the day until sunset. And it was time to go see the sunset on the beach, which was so beautiful, you guys. Like, it was just incredible to watch this and see the sunset. It was very cold and very windy though. Like, it was a very windy day actually. At this point, like, the wind had really picked up. So you can just see how much my hair and Alice's fur is just blowing everywhere. But that sunset was so worth braving the cold. So glad I brought a winter coat. And yeah, it was just lovely. After that, we did explore the beach for a little bit, which Alice really enjoyed as well. She's doing so good here, like walking up. As I mentioned earlier, she was still technically healing, but she had increased her walks really good. And then on the way back, I decided I had to go see the Painted Ladies. So I'm seeing them at night, but in a few minutes, you're going to see them during the day because that's the first thing I had to do the next day was to see them in the daylight. And here is a look at the full house. So the house that they show in Full House where they live, this is that house, the outside that they used. Like, it was so cool to see it at night. And oh my gosh, I loved it. So here's a photo of Alice and I in front of, they call it, I think when you Google it, the Full House, which is pretty funny. Also picked up some food to go for dinner from Pacific Catch, which this restaurant, oh my gosh, I ended up going back. You'll see later in the vlog. It was so good. Like, I loved it. Everybody, it's the next day and I'm back at the Painted Ladies because I wanted to see them in the daylight. So let's head on over and see them. I have little Alice in her carrier right now. So let's go see. Seeing the Painted Ladies was so nostalgic for me from my childhood. I loved the Full House series growing up. Like, I was obsessed. Eventually, when they came out on DVDs, I bought all the DVDs. And it was just so heartwarming to visit here because it just made me think, wow, like, me as a young girl, would I have ever thought I would actually be in front of the Painted Ladies with my own little dog, like, seeing all this? It was just such an incredible experience. They also have a park right there where you can explore. There's a pet-friendly, like, dog off-leash area as well. Lots of places to explore. You might have seen there's a little coffee shop area right there. It was so fun to see everything. Alice and I did a couple laps around the park and it was just so fun. And the sun, continued to warm things up. I ended up taking off my jacket and taking a couple photos with Alice outside of the Painted Ladies too. So I wore this tulle skirt from Chic Wish paired with a Chic Wish top and then my Vivaya flats, which I have been loving. I did an unboxing video of them. If you'd like to see it, I'll leave a link up over the screen right now where you can find that video. But they're so comfortable. They're really great to take traveling too. And they're also water resistant, which has also been really, really handy. Then I quickly dropped Alice off and then I headed out to church. It was a Sunday. So this was a church that I found that was actually in pretty good walking distance to the hotel and I went to church. After church, I headed back downtown towards the hotel that I was staying at to pick up Alice. I wanted to go explore, some more of downtown. There's some areas I hadn't seen yet that I really wanted to take a look at. Also wanted to go get go to find some cute cafes, that kind of thing. So headed on back. And of course, I passed by the Pandora store again, but would you believe it? I still haven't gone in. I just was being really good. Plus, there was a chance that I might see Tiffany, which did end up happening, and I ended up getting some special charms with her. If you want to check out my Instagram at Fashion Storyteller, you'll be able to see a little bit of our adventures on an Instagram reel. So I picked up Alice at the hotel, and then we headed downtown together. Alice and I passed by the trolley carts. They are so charming. I actually regret not taking like the time to go on one. Like I definitely passed by a lot and saw people on them, but just didn't make the time to go on one. So if I ever go back, that's definitely on my list of one thing to do. I also got this delicious almond rose tea cake from a local cafe. It looked so delicious. I also got a delicious latte, and they did latte art here. I think the cafe was called Blue Bottle. They're a chain. I think they have locations like all across the US, but this was really delicious, very tasty. And I loved the tea rose cake. It was so good. It's always so nice when I can find like a more desserty option to have. It was so good. Then Alice and I just went out and we explored all the different things. There's this church here that we passed by, which looked really cool. And then right in front of it actually was this little park area. And Alice met like the cutest dogs here. There was a couple other little dogs walking by that they like loved Alice. Like I think there were two males and they just thought Alice was amazing. And Alice was kind of playing hard to get. It was pretty funny. And we had fun. The cherry blossoms were out. So you can kind of see a little bit here. I think there's some cherry blossoms that you can see. And Alice, of course, was sniffing around. And it is just so wonderful to be able to travel with her. It is just such a blessing, and it's just fun to experience these different things with her. And I was just having the best day with her. We were having so much fun. I went to Joe and the Juice to get a matcha latte. I had such a good experience ordering takeout from them, and it's like a chain. So I saw another location and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pop in and get a delicious matcha latte. I honestly was having all the caffeine this day. It was, oh my goodness, probably too much caffeine this day, but I had a lot of energy. Then I headed on over. They have like this like market area and I kind of wanted to take a look at that. I also saw like this fountain. So I came over to take a peek over here. And then we headed on over to the ferry terminal / the little market area, like waterfront, to explore and kind of see what was inside. Over in the distance, I could spot Alcatraz, the prison, which you can see a good shot I got of it right here. I did spot it back when I was at the Golden Gate Bridge lookouts, but this is probably the best view I had of it. They were offering tours. I didn't end up doing a tour, but maybe something in the future. Hey everybody, I haven't really done enough like talking to the camera in these vlog adventures in San Francisco, but I'm having a really good time. It's been fun. Alice just hanging out over there, heading out to go out for some dinner. Feeling really tired. I actually haven't had dinner out at all on this trip. I've been mostly just getting takeout and having it here just to rest and, you know, do that. But, you know, it's Sunday night. I haven't had a dinner. I have a couple days left and I should just try to go out for dinner. And I think probably a Sunday will be a little bit less crazy and busy. So I'm going to go do that and check out, I think it's Fisherman's Wharf, and just see. I've looked up a couple of restaurants there to see if there's something that sounds yummy, and there's a couple options. So I'm going to check that out and take it in. I never even told you really my outfit of the day, but it's all chic-wish. I'm wearing this tulle skirt. I love this skirt. And then this really cute top. And yeah, it's just been nice. I had fun bringing Alice along everywhere. She met a lot of dogs. I didn't film that part, but just so many cute dogs and so friendly. She made a lot of friends, so just like warms my heart. I've had so much fun with her and just checking out things and looking around. So it's been good. I've just been resting since getting back and I'm so tired and not feeling 100%, but overall good. And yeah, let's head over for dinner. Let's come along with me. I took Alice for a walk in Ghirardelli Square. We walked along the water. It was so beautiful. And then we turned around and we headed on over to Fisherman's Wharf. I hadn't been here yet with Alice, so we wanted to kind of see what was around.
now I'm scared now.
As you can probably hear, there were sea lions and seagulls nearby, and I just had fun taking in all the sounds and watching them. If you look in like the far off distance, you can spot some of the sea lions. It was so beautiful to see the sun setting and just take in all like the atmosphere, the sights, the sounds. After this though, I was really getting hungry, so I went to go look for a place to get some delicious food outdoors with Alice. On the way back to the hotel, Alice and I decided to stop by the Golden Gate Bridge at a lookout called Roundhouse, which we hadn't gone to yet. And it was so cool to see the bridge at night. Really neat experience. And she also got her last evening walk of the night there too. And then I went back to the hotel and I ended up ordering a drink called the Painted Ladies. I thought it was the perfect way to end the day, especially since I saw the Painted Ladies that day. So it was really good. The next day, Alice and I headed on over to the Golden Gate Park to do some exploring. I hadn't gone yet, and it was a wonderful way for Alice to also have some fun, get her walking, meet some, fellow dog friends. So it was a really lovely way to start the day. They also had their cherry blossom trees blooming. There's some bees on there you might be able to spot. So neat. We also went to the AIDS Memorial site. Alice and I continued to explore Golden Gate Park. We spotted this Ferris wheel, a museum beside it that looked really cool, and I would love to come back and explore it some more if I get the chance. And then we headed on over to the Botanical Gardens in San Francisco to do some exploring too. The Botanical Gardens were beautiful to explore. There are so many different areas and they have like all different types of plants from all over the world, different flowers all over the world. It was beautiful to explore, very peaceful and serene too, and a great way just to have like more of a relaxing day too. I'd done so much the past couple days, so it was just so nice to come here just to stroll around, sit at a bench, take in the sights, the sounds. There were some beautiful birds out chirping about too, which I loved. While exploring around, I spotted this beautiful, sweet little bird up on the tree, and eventually he hopped down onto a rock. I believe it was a blue jay, and I just watched him. It was just so sweet, and I just kind of hung out there, and I had a little bit of food with me and ate that, and just zoomed in on this cute little bird. It was just such a lovely way just to spend the day, honestly. It was just so relaxing. Here's some more footage from the gardens. There was just so much to see, and I just wanted to share with you some of the different plants and things I discovered. If you're not interested in seeing all the plants and wildlife, just fast forward to the next chapter in this video. I have chapters in my vlog, so if there's like a topic you're more interested in seeing, just click on that. But just for the sake of just sharing with you some of my travel adventures, I'm just going to show it because I enjoyed this place so much. And also look at the sweet little turtle. And then there was a fish. They had fish in the pond there, which was so neat. So much to see. as I finished up exploring the botanical gardens, I realized how hungry I was after all that walking in Golden Gate Park and the botanical gardens. I had worked up quite the appetite. So I headed on over towards the street and I found this restaurant that had a pet-friendly patio. And also, just complete side note, but if you have a pet and you're thinking about traveling to San Francisco, they are so pet-friendly. There's so many pet-friendly patios, restaurants. It is just amazing. It's so convenient. And Alice also loves it because she gets to be part of the fun. I don't have to put her, into daycare or keep her away or anything. So it's wonderful to be able to spend the whole day with her, if you know what I mean. So I ordered some delicious food. I think I got a sandwich. I can't quite remember, but I do remember ordering, I think it was this sample of different mimosas. I think there was a strawberry, orange, mango. I forget what the other ones were, but there were a bunch of different flavors. So delicious. Eventually, Alice also had a nap in her Snugget, which was super cute. Then later I went to the hotel and met up with a friend for dinner that night, and we went back to Pacific Catch, that restaurant I was telling you about. And this is actually their patio, but it's an enclosed patio, and it is pet friendly, which is so amazing. I think Alice had a great time hanging out. You can see I have my black Snugget on, so she just hung out in there the whole time. My friend loved it. I think even the waiters loved it. She was just so chill and relaxed and happy to be there. And the food here at Pacific Catch is, oh my gosh, it is so delicious. And they were able to accommodate my food allergies and everything like that. And it was just so delicious. Had a bottle of wine with my friend, and we just had a great night. The next day I switched hotels. So here's a view from the new hotel window. It was a really foggy day and it was time for some breakfast. So I got Alice for breakfast. Here's her little hotel setup.
Hi, I'm spying on you. Am I spying on you? You dropped a piece. Look, you dropped a piece. You did. Hi.
After a fun playtime with Alice, I took Alice out. We went to Farm Table. It was close by to the hotel. And they were so great at accommodating my different food allergies and things, and really delicious food. Also really delicious coffee. And again, another pet-friendly patio. Alice had a great time. She actually met a fellow Maltese dog. I think it was a he, yeah. He spotted Alice and he came right over and wanted to say hello to her, which was sweet. I got some more work done that day, and later in the afternoon, I took the subway and I went off to go see my dear friend Amie. I hadn't seen her in years, so I was so excited to see her. And the transit system was really easy to navigate. I haven't really showed much of it on these vlogs, but it was really easy to navigate. We gotta get the ferry door. Oh, Alice is gonna investigate.
Open the door for that.
Whoa, what's that?
Cute.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Perfectly clear.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I'm feeling better now that I put my jacket on too. I was like, I'm getting cold. What do you think, Alice? Amie and I had so much fun catching up. We went back to Golden Gate Park and we walked around there. She showed me a bunch of areas I totally didn't even see the first time I went there. And I really honestly didn't film, vlog a lot at all because we were just having so much fun, just catching up with each other and life and everything. And it was just so good. It was just such a wonderful day. We went out for dinner at this Italian restaurant. I did not even film, so I can't even remember the name, but it was so good. And then we went to this wonderful creamery, ice cream place, and they did have a dairy-free, vegan ice cream, option for me. It was so good. I also added marshmallows. And here are just some photos of Amie and I with Alice. She was so sweet. She actually drove me home that night because she didn't feel 100% confident me taking the subway by myself at night just to be extra safe. And now I'm going to fast forward to my flight home. It was a very early morning flight. Alice quickly went to the pet relief area. I got some coffee, and then we headed in onto the plane. It was a very rainy morning, and the plane was a little bit delayed, but we made it. We got on. Alice was all comfortable in her little dog carrier. This carrier is awesome, by the way. Like, it's so great for flying with her. She feels super comfortable and safe in it. And then I got my journal. I did some journaling, and then eventually we took off. So here's some footage of us taking off on that very early morning flight. You can see how dark it is still. And then eventually, as we flew, we approached BC. The sun started to come up, which is so lovely. It's actually so beautiful to watch the sun rise as you're on the plane and seeing the mountains and everything. It was so pretty. And it was just nice to reminisce too during this time, watching the sunrise and just think like back on this really fun adventure I had visiting San Francisco with Alice. It was such a wonderful time and just really enjoyed it. Soon it was time to land. The landing went great, very smoothly and everything. And once we landed, I quickly got off the plane, took Alice to the pet relief area. I didn't really vlog that part though. And then we went to go collect baggage. Once we collected the baggage, I hurried out because there's this wonderful outdoor pet relief area. And I knew that Alice she always loves coming to this one at this airport. So I took her right there. It's right here out in the front, close to where the taxis and all of that is. And it's this great fenced outdoor space. This is really great for Alice just because she can really get some energy out before we have to take like a cab back home. Eventually, Alice and I caught a cab back. We had a really nice long nap, had a proper breakfast. And then later that afternoon, I ended up taking her to a dog park with a friend, which you're going to be seeing in a couple seconds from now. But that is basically it for today's video, as well as my San Francisco vlog series. I hope you enjoyed coming along with Alice and I on our adventures. It was really fun to share. And I really love doing these vlogs because it's so fun to kind of look back on the fun things and stuff that Alice and I get up to. And I hope you enjoy watching them too. I'm also very excited to edit that Walt Disney Family Museum footage that I took. So that'll be an upcoming vlog. And then I may or may not have some magical, that's a clue, vlogs coming up from another recent trip that I did to California. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, you guys, I'm wishing you a magical, wonderful rest of your day. Hope it's a great one, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye for now.